Okay, good evening everyone. Chag Sukkot, Kasher Sameach to all of you. We're a little bit late, but still, we have to say thanks to Hashem that our shiur continuously going every Wednesday. While we always talk about the Shalom Bait, today we're going to mix with some different subject, and you could ask me questions, and we're going to try to give answers also if you want to. Shalom Bait. And now, I always thinking what the source, how I could run after Shalom Bait, that I could look for the source to create in my life that Shalom Bait should be non-stop. And I came to the conclusion that it's not easy. It's not easy at all. Basically, person, whoever wants Shalom Bait or looking for Shalom Bait, you have to work on that. You have to want this. You have to seek after that. To saying how I should look for it, what I should do, what I should do for it. Does praying only is enough, or does doing only tzedakah is enough, or just listening to the lectures is enough? And I want to tell you, if the person gonna not look for action in his life to look for Shalom Bait, and physically, mamash, work on this action way to do that, is not gonna come out. It's not gonna come to the person. And we do know that our sages brought a lot of explanations, a lot of books about that, talking about how to make Shalom Bait, talking about the woman structure, how they build up, how they have to act with the woman, but through that you know what she wanna hear it, or what she wanna listen, or how she gonna feel, and through that you know how to speak, what to say, that it will create Shalom Bait in your house. Same thing, woman. Although always speaking about the men and women, of course, but also woman, she have to seek for Shalom Bait. She have to look for it also. She should want that. Person have to look for this. Person have to want that, to find out how I make my Shalom Bait the best one and the highest level. One of our problem in our life, we think how much or anything in my life I want to succeed, it should be in a perfect way.
What do you mean?
I will explain. It should be no any mistake, no any problem, no any whatever my eyes saying is not good. That's it. It's like every small thing we look for. For example, I'm gonna give you an example. Let's say in a young boy and a girls, guys, and they're looking for to get married. It was interesting. Well, we talk about this. We did speak about it a couple of times, but sometimes to mention this, it's also good. They're going out. Every small thing, they're making already calculation in their mind. She's not for me, or he's not for me. She's not for me. He's not for me. Oh, he spoke to me like this. Oh, he should tell me like that. Oh, he said like this. Oh, this. We doesn't understand one thing, that Shalom Bait is only when you are working on yourself, between husband and wife, and trying to create a harmony by restriction. To look for an adjustment. How I should make an adjustment between me and my wife, that should create Shalom Bait. Now, if the couples, that's the biggest problem in our generation, they're getting married, or before they getting married, or didn't getting married yet, they didn't get married yet, and they start to say, "Oh, I'm looking the best." How old are you? 35. How old are you? 37. How old are you? 45. What's happened? Why not married yet? I didn't find it. I said, it's not. I don't find it. So maybe there is no woman like the whatever you're looking for, or maybe there is no man that the way you're looking for. Maybe there isn't. Maybe it's probably on you, not on what you are looking for.
Too much movies and it's more.
Maybe it's problem is on you. And the problem is people doesn't see that. The boy and the girl that doesn't think about that.
So what's the normal age to get married?
Forget about normal age.
20.
Normal age. First of all, normal age, in my opinion, the boy and the girl they have to work. The parents, most of them, they have to work on it, not to pass the age 20.
Not to pass?
Yeah, this is my opinion. Even though they say in Chafetz Chaim, they let the boys to be until 25, this and that.
24.
I will say 24, whatever. I said that, in my opinion, age of 20, that's it. It should not be passed more than that, because right there, starting problem come out more and more, you know. And person saying, I know guys saying, "Oh, listen, I'm young. I'm just 25. I'm just 26. Like I have another year." And sometimes you pass that year. So when let's say a person get 26. So you say, "What's the difference? Look at this.
26.
What's the difference between 27 and 7? Not a really big deal. When 27 came.
35 уже.
No, wait a minute. What difference between 27 and 28? It's just not the year. Does the year start apply with the person, play with the person, play with the person, until you see already past 30 and knows which kind of ages. And doesn't realize that. And all the, Ariel, I'll tell you something. The best age to get married and to build a family, how much young you are. Not how much old you are. How much young you are. Why? That's the time you have the power and energy to run, to give a discipline for the kids, to work, to make adjustment better and stronger between you and your wife, you know? This is the age, the best one you could create and make stronger and better and better and better. When you became age, wherever you became, where are you going to go up to? What are you going to succeed? You barely going to see your bar mitzvah of your kids, I think. Where are you going? And people doesn't see that. Though, I will always say that how the generation of our father and grandfathers, which the boy and the girl didn't know nothing, they just meet them. They say, "This is your husband, this is your wife." That's it. Today it looks weird. It's totally weird. But interesting, with that kind of connection, with that kind of match, they live for all their life with the 15 and 20 kids. How come? Why we doesn't? You know, the problem is, you see, that right here creating a lot of problem. You know, they call this it's primitive, or they call this it's too old, or it's too this, or it's too that. I will say, our generation, all this modern, all this technology, all civilization, I don't think it's brought good stuff. I don't think so. You know, people doesn't see that. People doesn't want to see this. People doesn't want to look. I'm going to give some example. Small example. You know, and the Torah, Parashat, I think Parashat Balak. If I'm mistaken. And Parashat Balak, we saw over there that there is a war going between the Bilam and Pinchas and all those situations was happening in that parasha. You know, they said that after the Bilam, he go and give the idea to Balak what to do until he wanted to curse, it didn't come out. He give an idea. You know the idea, we don't need to repeat that. that idea worked out. 24,000 passed away.
Yeah.
24,000. After that, Bil'am, he go back. After it's happened, he go back to Balak for reward.
To get paid.
Yeah, to get paid. Because he said before, come to me if you wanna curse them, I gonna pay you house full of diamond and gold, you know. And it didn't work out. He didn't curse. He couldn't curse because Hashem said, you're gonna do whatever I said. But in the end, he gave an evil idea. Okay. After he came back, already Pinchas, they was going to make a war with the Midian, with the Balak and all the kingdoms. And the way they saw Bil'am coming with his, I think with his boys, I already forget the story. Shame. see, sometimes you not repeat. It was a long story already. What Bil'am did? Bil'am suddenly fly in heaven.
Yeah.
Bil'am suddenly fly in heaven. So Pinchas asked, who could go fly over there? Dan fly. Shevet Dan. I think it was Hushim, if I'm not mistaken. Dan fly. Dan fly, imagine yourself, they fly. Like an airplane flying to the heaven. That's the way he fly. So they fly,
With the carpet.
no carpet, no nothing, guys. Come on, what are you talking about?
No, they had the carpet.
They fly with the words of Hashem, the specific name of the Torah. You mentioning the name, that's it. You have to be just, how you say that?
12 names.
You have to be, how you say that?
Worthy.
Dastoyan.
Worthy.
Worthy. You have to be worthy. You have to be worthy to say that. It's not for everyone. So don't fly. We not use no carpet, no machine, no stuff. Don't make a mistake, please. So when you fly down, imagine yourself, they're already in heaven, they're over there. They're speaking with Pinchas, no telephone. No telephone. They speak with the Pinchas through those names of alphabet. And Dan saying to Pinchas, I don't see him. They telling to him, okay, look, whatever things you have to see, he probably hiding there. Imagine yourself. He caught him, the Bil'am, he caught him and bring him down. From heaven to the earth, he bring him down. And then they kill the Bil'am. Now, why I bring you this? Why I bring you this story? Why I bring you this story? The reason I bring you this story, yeah. Somehow we have technology, no? Yes or not?
Yes.
We have airplanes.
Cell phones.
We have forget telephone what? We have airplanes. You could fly from one country to another country. We have these, we have that, we have many good things. But from another side, what he doing all this technology to the atmosphere?
What do you mean?
What he does, all this technology, what he doing to the atmosphere?
Radiation.
That radiation,
Pollution.
bring
Pollution.
pollution, not good atmospheres, the fruits,
Basically, it has
everything
side-
not natural, problems. Now,
Side effect.
Global warming.
yeah, global warming, what you were saying, but the whole thing is, why I say that, why I brought that, we are now in this generation, the generation of the Geulah, with Mashiach have to come. We don't know when, but this is generation somehow, hopefully have to be, show himself and make the
In
Geulah.
our lifetime.
Well, I don't know if our lifetime going to be, our kids' lifetime going to be, but this generation hopefully we'll see. The thing is, what you could see from that, does technology bringing more spirituality to the world, or breaking the spirituality? Huh?
It depends how you use it.
You think it's equal?
evil comes from
Well,
every positive comes with negative.
Well, at one point, you should come 10 o'clock already, guys. That's it. We're gonna say my Arvi and then we finish. That's it.
You're right, Rav. So,
10 часов уже, right?
Baruch Hashem, it's
So,
a holiday.
so you saying it's equal technology? You're saying it's equal? We could say in one point. Why is equal? For example, you have a telephone. You could use the telephone, for example, speaking lashon hara, or you could telephone giving some good stuff to the person, or fast stuff to help the person. Same thing with the telephone. Same thing with the other stuff. It's true on one side, but on the other side, is breaking the faith of Hashem. If you see that, I know people, religious people. I know religious people. Their kids, they're using telephone, text message in Shabbat.
Wow.
You know, they all Shabbat they sitting and texting each other. It's a problem. I mean, the way it depends how we see in technology. One side we saying it's good. Is again depends how it's good, how you look on this. If you're taking the technology, yeah, and you're using this for the benefit of your benefit of technology, by saying, oh, you could give permission for that, like this bulb we talk about, they're calling Shabbos light. I mean, come on. Tomorrow they're gonna find out something fire Shabbos, different things for the Shabbos could do it, and it's gonna go on and go on and go on. We're gonna start to lose the benefit or the value of the Torah himself. You know, we're gonna lose the value of the spirituality.
But it's also,
You know?
how you look at it. Because it was given in this generation, so there's a purpose for it.
You know?
Find the purpose
So
for
that's
driving
how you
car on
look at it.
Shabbat.
No, I'm just saying it was given for this generation, so we could open different doors to something else. Now, like you said, technology. You could, like right now, you could record, and it's consistently, people could watch all over the world. Other lectures, other things, you know? Right now, you can only put what, 20, 50 people? You already have like some lectures that been 2 years ago, a year ago, for over like 100 people already watched. I'm just giving you the idea, just how much you could also build.
Look,
It's the same with the knife and
I just say, we don't say the technology is totally bad. We have to be careful. If that technology we're putting for our benefit, if we're touching, for example, we have in the Torah mitzvot. We consider Doraita and consider Rabbanan. Doraita is from the Torah himself. The Rabbanan is from the sages. Now I know, for example, me myself, many rabbis, not rabbis, but people. Let's say I cannot say rabbis, but could be even some of them too. I know many people. They really doesn't see the Rabbanan, the sages' words like seriously.
Yeah.
They're saying how much you could just move out or
More
just
lenient.
it's more lenient, and that's much more. It's better. Now, Rabbeinu Ramchal, Moshe Chaim Luzzatto, I don't remember in one of the book he was writing down over there. It was very interesting. Imagine yourself something I like it, giving to me to be strong in the Torah. I cannot forget that. It was maybe 20 years ago I read this. I just remember. I have to see the book where it's written. And he said like this. He said completion, to complete the 10 Sfirot, which I will talk about this a lot if you remember. Those 10 Sfirot, which entire world ruling about that. Yeah? Completion of this 10 Sfirot is connected with the mitzvot of the sages, of the Rabbanan. For example, he bringing the Rabbeinu Ramchal, also other Kabbalists too, or Ari and others, but he bring more expression. He said over there that the Oraita it's deal with the three. It's deal with the Keter Chokhmah Binah, the Oraita one. You hear me? That the Oraita deals with the Keter Chokhmah Binah. The Rabbanan, the sages one, it's considered with the mitzvot Chesed, Gvura, Tiferet, Netzach, Hod, Yesod, and Malchut. Those 7 one.
Wow.
So how you could make a joke with the Rabbanan stuff? It's impossible. And also Gemara brought bringing in the Masechet Brachot, whoever make a joke from the Rabbanan mitzvot, he's gonna suffer in hell, Rahman Islam, more than Doraita. More than Doraita. Why? You cannot.
Double.
Now, from here we could see the completion of the world, of the mitzvot. It deals with the 10 sfirot. You cannot say only 3. Imagine yourself right now, from the technology, we're trying to bring those beautiful technologies in the Doraita to make leniencies. Not the Rabbanan, that in the Doraita. How is going to be already? It's getting too much leniency. You're already destroying the power of Torah. You're destroying the holiness of the Torah. You understand what I'm saying to you?
Yeah.
You see, that's dangerous. That's the dangerous. This is bulb of Shabbat, or this one permitted, this switch of Shabbat, this one of Shabbat. Tomorrow you're going to say everything permitted already for Shabbat. That's it. Okay, there is a pikuach nefesh, I understand. What's pikuach nefesh? Pikuach nefesh is a dangerous person to save his life. For that, Hashem said, even though right, you putting in the side, you save the person. But we cannot bring leniency after leniency which deals with, you see, any leniency just to add more enjoyment for your enjoyment, it's already doesn't consider such a normal leniencies.
But that's up to the rabbis in that generation to deal with. That's up to the big rabbis, up to that generation to deal with. Like big rabbis.
Up to the who you saying?
Big rabbis.
Okay, sure, yes.
That's why they work
absolutely.
on things.
Absolutely.
So it's not. It's like every generation had their own things that they deal with. Like if you look at 100 years ago.
No, why I'm telling you that though, you have to understand one thing. That's true. This is up to the big rabbis. There are decisions, and they deciding in the end they will make decisions. But nevertheless, we have to understand one thing. We have to be careful, because when the leniency coming to the Shabbat Kodesh, for the Shabbat Kodesh, you know, it's like you sleeping in your room in Shabbat, yeah, and you have in a hole at the side light. That's really bothering you in Shabbat, that you have to come and make with the bulb Shabbat, close the light and play like that, and it doesn't make anything. You cannot sleep? You cannot sleep? I'm asking, you cannot sleep? You could sleep. So all those games, why those games? To bring more good, to bring more evil feeling or going down to make a Shabbat power. Lord, I want to ask a question.
Stay simple.
Wait, I want to ask a question. Light, it's good or bad?
It depends how you use it.
No.
It's good. Light and all.
Light is good. Why?
It's good.
Light is good. When I go, many years ago, I don't go every year. When I go one time to the Breslau place, how was that name?
Uman.
One time I go to Uman, and that one time only, and that Uman that's in the forest, not in city.
Ukraine.
Recently,
Yeah.
4 years ago.
And my son-in-law and all his friends, they left me in the room. They say, we're gonna come back. At the house, light. Outside, oh my God.
Yeah, it's scary.
Pitch black.
Yeah.
Pitch black.
It's forest. What do you expect?
It's not like here. You have outside light everywhere. You understand, you?
You can't even see us.
It is scary also. Okay. Yeah, you have at the house light. But when you look outside, you like all the demons running over them look at you. Wait,
You still have to do it.
Shh. Why am I telling you that? Suddenly Hashem, okay, one side he sent this technology, yeah? Let's speak about this in a positive way, one side. He sent the technology. Okay, you're happy, no? You're happy with this light you have outside when you need. Now you're finding a new technology how to close the light? For your enjoyment, oh, I want to sleep.
Rabbi,
It shouldn't bother you. I mean, we don't need to seek and always create another thing and bring this situation to Shabbat that you're going to feel tomorrow Shabbat. Tomorrow you even more could watch TV. Imagine yourself tomorrow. You're going to find a new channel in TV. Only it's going to say kosher channel. Kosher channel. No different. Kosher channel. You cannot say anything. Only good see rabbis. Only speeches in Shabbat. TV, no, nothing, no channel. Only one channel. You know what? You have a 10 channel, all the rabbis. There is no channel going. Can I watch TV in Shabbat? Why not? No, why not? Why not? Why not? No, tell me, why not? Why not? It's on. I have a timer. I have everything. Putting on after me. I could put next to my table even. Eat and watch. Why not? You see my point? Forget it. Listen, wait. Boris, do you see my point?
I understand your point. I'm not
Guys, do you see my point? With this, we create more stuff. We're gonna suddenly lose the power of Shabbat. Why we have in Shabbat to go to shul, hear the rabbi speaking, have a lecture? Why we have the books? You know, why this? Okay, these things come out in emergency things here and there, but don't take right now all these, put inside the Shabbat, and suddenly make it like a regular day. Now, what's happening? You understand my point? Wait a minute. Exactly. Not only that. Do you know? It's not a problem to do that. By the way, in our generation today, it's not a problem to do that. It's not a problem to do that. You could take the rabbis, you could record them in the middle of the week, you could put in TV, you could everything ready, Shabbat by himself, open up and what you're watching. That's not rabbi speaking in Shabbat. You already recorded him. We're gonna lose the value of Shabbat. We're gonna lose and so badly, and then the generation gonna come to gonna tell you, Alio, forget about it. It's everything. It's a joke. It is a joke. Forget about. It's no different like this, no different like that, and they want to keep Torah mitzvot. It's what's happening with those kind of permissions. With those kind of permissions, we're going to create more flow, more problem, more distraction, and more problems. That's all. And you know what? Like one rabbi told me, and it's true. It's true. It's true. One rabbi told me, when you are strong in the Torah, you are, in the Hebrew saying, palpelan. What's palpelan? Like ostri, pilpel harif. Ostri, palpelan. You could go inside the Torah, outside, inside, outside. You could be so smart, you could give even permission for something not allowed to do it. At all. If you know how to talk, how to speak, how to do, you could give permission something not allowed to do, you could permission to do it. And exact opposite also. That's the power of Torah. Because of that.
When you consider it like that. Who gives you the permission to? When you consider it to be like that, on which level? Like, let's say, for instance, we have a big rabbi, our Yosef, right? And Ashkenazi rabbi that also, what's his name? Rabbi, what's his name? The big rabbi.
What's your question, brother?
My question was, when you know that you became into that level, let's say you reached a certain level, like you said, inside out, that you're able to...
No, why I'm saying you that? Well, if you already... the problem is, we have to be careful, politicians. We have to be careful from other stuff. Let's say somebody create kind of technology. Somebody create let's in Shabbat use this stuff. I don't gonna give you what. I don't tell you what. Doesn't matter anything. Even halachically, it's good permitted to do that. Yeah. But from another point, that person who did this, he could ask question. We could ask question that he did this for the benefit for the people, for the mitzvah, or he did this after I did. Nobody created. I created. Now I'm gonna be millionaire. I'm gonna sell this on the stores, millions. I could gonna give this over here a stamp with the lawyer. Nobody could steal my idea. With this together, I could sell these millions, and I could be the biggest rich person in the world. Depends what is his mind, what he's doing that he do for this reason or for that reason.
All three reasons.
You understand? That's the whole thing. Okay, now, if his mind, so that's the whole thing. Now, before he created or into trying to do anything, you have to look at a deep concept, and that case when you're trying to do in Shabbat to give permission to do that. Does that gonna break the holiness of Shabbat? That's gonna create for the children, for the teenagers to lose the power of Shabbat. That's thing gonna give you feeling that it's like already we're losing the. What's gonna be? That's what you have to think about. Not to say, oh, we're saving sick people in hospital, they cannot sleep, so we're gonna make the light like this, they could sleep. Hello? We could bring Goy or Goya, they're gonna take care of that. Okay? For that, you see, again, yes or no? This way, that way, this way, all play, oh, this way, that way, this way, that way. You see, that's the whole thing. Because what you want to do with that? What you want to do with that? I mean, to give permission for everything, yeah, mostly for Shabbat, I'm not think so it's a good idea, it's my opinion. Still we have the biggest rabbi going to give permission, but unfortunately our generation, so many politicians, so many arguments, so many things, it's very hard to fight with this and speak about. Person have to have the way I told you always, person have to have one rabbi. You cannot have 10 rabbis, you cannot have 15 rabbis, you cannot have 100 rabbis. You're going to get crazy, chas shalom. It's not we saying they are wrong or whatever, there could be something, you have to also be careful here and there too, but you have to know, you have to have your own rabbi, who could lead you, to tell you what to do, what not to do. That's it. When you have 10 rabbis, you're always going to be mixed up, always messed up. You're not going to know what to do, what's right, what's wrong. That's the whole thing. You have to be very, very careful to be careful. For example, for the writing in Russian, in English. Haram Mordechai Eliyahu, for example, will not give you permission or sign in a book that you could write, to interpret it in English or in Russian. In English or in Russian. You know what? You know why? You know what? I think he was right. I will tell you why. I will tell you why. If really, in one point, all the rabbis will gather together by saying, yeah, we're not giving you translate in different language. You know what will happen? You know what will happen? Wait. You know what will happen? Even old people, that's what I'm saying to you. Nadia, even old people, they're going to say like this. Listen, my generation, my father's generation, I used to go to the jail if I would learn. Government giving me permission, go learn. Why I should not go learn? That's what I'm saying to you. Why not? I will go and learn. Even the old people will go to learn. Now what's happening? How old are you? 35. What's he doing praying in Russia? Why? Lazy. He don't want to break his head. Lazy. Why? Rabbi give permission. What you want? Rabbi give permission. How old are you? 25. While living in English and praying. Learn Hebrew. Learn Aleph Beit. You see what's happening? Do you see what's going on over here? Over here. Right there, you have to see what's gonna happen, what's gonna bring, what's gonna situation do. That's what I have to look for it. Not look for it, I gotta give permission because I'm so smart, so I'm gonna say, oh, it's mutar, you could do it. Now, you have to see what's gonna come out from it. If from this phone, already in Shabbat they're texting by thinking there's nothing wrong with that, so what are we going to be tomorrow? Today we're going to give permission for the bulb. Tomorrow we're going to give another thing. After tomorrow another thing, and it's going to go on and on and on and on and on. And then we're going to say, Mashiach going to come soon. It doesn't go that way. That's the reason that it's very important to know that I hope that Hashem going to lead us, not hope, 100%, that Hashem will lead us in the right way and with the right rabbis, that to give permission the right thing, not to make joke from the stuff who's called considered Muslim in Shabbat, you know, not to make jokes with the things that are Doraita. It's very important to know that. And when you see, that's the whole thing. What's happening for the marriage generation? What's happening? What's happening with the marriage situation? Freedom. What's bringing problem?
Too much freedom.
What exactly? Freedom, another permission, another leniency, freedom, another permission, another leniency, freedom, another. this is bringing more problem, more problem, more problem, more problem. It's not getting better, getting worse.
More desires.
Getting worse. Teenagers, I'm saying, girls and boys, age of 30, they saying we are young. It's nothing rush.
And the rabbis give permission for that.
Huh?
Rabbis give permission.
Rabbis give them for what?
Permission to be lenient.
There's some rabbis, don't say
Explain to me what you're saying, Levi.
So
Rabbis
it's
give
very-
permission
it's
for
very
what?
deep topic.
Not to get married.
For the Shabbat bulb, you mean?
No,
Ah.
to do the going out, the marriage, to be...
Don't get married in the young age.
You know, it's...
Wait a minute, Rabbi's telling you not to be rushed to get married?
yeah.
Okay, so that's the whole thing that I told you, Levi. If you're gonna have 25 rabbis and you come new neighborhood, and then after 25 rabbis you add another 3 rabbis, you make 28 rabbis. So when are you gonna lead in the end? We're not gonna lead nowhere. You have to know one thing. We're not against nobody. You see, Jewish people, they split out all over the world. You have European Jews, you have African Jews, you have Sephardi, you have Ashkenazi, you have Hasidim, you have this, you have that. Everybody have to stick somehow, and his place when he was to go, you know. And we have to know that. It's very important to know that. Do we gain anything? By, for example, I know some rabbis. I don't want to mention the names. Know which kind of Ashkenazi, Sephardi. Doesn't matter. You're gonna understand. That's what I'm saying to you. So I'm saying, don't listen to the father and mother. Don't listen this and that. Or don't listen and this and other stuff. You know, these things. You don't need to get married until you're gonna be a specific age. Many other stuff which is bringing problems in families. This is problem. We have to know. Bukharian community, they have their own way of the give chinuch and other stuff, the teaching, learning. But basically, all of them in one way. I mean, even the different rabbis or different Sfaradim or Ashkenazim are saying to you, everything from Torah. It's just whatever they get the minhag or whatever they get used to by learning that way or by marrying. But don't forget one thing. You know, I think we're making one small mistake over here. Making one small mistake. Even Ashkenazim, or Hasidim, let's say there was not less than Sfaradim. In daytime, they also used to marry young age, 18, 19, and creating families and everything. Understand? I think the problem is that the technology problem. The problem is technology problem. We have to be very careful with this technology. We have to know that everything basing to the father and mother at the house where they're doing it. If they deal with the technology in such a crazy way, they live with that 24/7, so children also gonna follow that.
But in some families, they have a technology also. They were able to deal with it. So it's nothing to do with technology.
What do you mean?
What I mean is nothing to do with technology. It's something to do with unity. It's supposed to come with the core. It has to start from a root where the problem's starting.
But you live. Don't forget, you live with surrounding you. They are not in a spiritual way. So which they're surrounding you, pushing you or pull you towards themselves, but to be like them. Okay?
Rabbi.
To be like them. You have to be careful. Root, no root.
But even if you isolate yourself from society, it's not the right way.
Isolate?
Yes.
Nobody's saying to isolate. Nobody telling you isolate. You cannot isolate. If you're gonna isolate, you cannot leave. You have to go work. You have to go places. You have to do this. You have to do that. Nobody telling you to isolate. The whole thing is dependent. Let me tell you something.
I think it's
Yeah, let me tell you something.
something to do with robbers and so.
Huh?
They have no unity within each other, and that's why each rabbi saying this, one rabbi saying this, the other rabbi saying this, and there's no one core.
That's true
And this
too.
the whole thing happened from the second temple was destroyed. That's what the whole thing apart. So this whole thing around and reunite again, it's not gonna. The problem is gonna be there always. So the whole Mashiach comes in and reunite everybody, because everybody going their own way. Ashkenazi, Sephardim, the Ammonites and everybody else.
But with this together, we see a lot of Yirat Shamayim also. We see a lot of good things also.
Small. We have to look at the bigger picture.
Doesn't matter. Still, we see a lot of good things on that too. We do see it. We do see. With this entire crazy technology, we see good a lot. We see still good. Don't think what you see. You see me, for example. You see me. Let's say I have an argument with Rabbi, for example. Yeah. Why everybody against me? No. There's many people agree what I'm saying, for example, and specific halachic thing, and they think. And why I'm saying you that? There is many rabbis or many communities. They continuously holding the spiritual way of the Torah and right direction. We should not be worried for that. We should not be worried so much on that, because with this together, they're gonna add more and more and more and more and more, and it's gonna go. We just have to pray to Hashem. We have to pray to Hashem and ask from Hashem to lead us in right direction and Avodat Hashem. You understand? That's what we have to do it. Because we are in this kind of crazy technology in our generation. We live with that. I know we cannot be without the computers today. We cannot be without the phones. We cannot be. There is for example, in Israel, for example, yeah. If you're going to the specific learning and studying to be a rabbi, if you're going to see this kind of phone in your hand, that's it. You don't want to look. They don't want to look at you. They don't want to look at you. That's it. You see. So if there is a rabbi that are really strong holding to be not to get crazy in this kind of the craziest technologies in our generation, because they do know that really, should tell you, it brings a lot of problems. Did I told you before, a lot of teenagers, religious families, they're playing with the text message in Shabbat. They're saying it's no problem. They're saying, come on, what I do? What I did already, by himself. I didn't fire anything. It go by himself. What's the problem? You see? Says, go prove to him. Now go prove to him it's not allowed to. How are you going to prove it? You see how you get a problem? So, to give permission too much, it's also bad. You don't want to ask a question, yeah?
Yes, so regarding giving permission, I know one of my friends, his wife used to cover the hair when they got married. And then she asked the rabbi, she goes, Rabbi, I didn't cover my hair because I wanted to, I just did it because my husband told me to. And the rabbi said, you don't have to cover your hair. Is that right?
Wait a minute.
He said, if you don't truly want to cover your hair, don't cover your hair. How can a rabbi say that?
That's complicated.
Depends who you ask. You see again. Depends who you ask. Depends who you ask. If you ask rabbi, which is maybe not rabbi, he's saying that he's a rabbi, he might say this kind of thing. I don't know who you ask, but for with the whole situation either too. But if she's saying, well, I'm covering my hair because my husband said, and it's good thing if she covering her hair because the husband said, it's a mitzvah. She's doing the will of husband, like the Torah said, when the wife listening to the husband and doing his will, she's considered an Eshet Chayil. So it's another plus. But I don't know who said that, so very hard to me to say that if you don't want to, don't cover her hair. If she already covered because she want to honor the husband, it's already a good thing. It's already a good thing. Covering the hair is a big problem in our generation. Sfaradim have to cover with the cloth. Ashkenazim, they have permission with the wig. You see how they start playing in our generation? They say wig, suddenly they start to create the wig better than their own hair. Better their own hair. And suddenly this wig became $1,000. Another business come out. You see, that's the problem.
So if you know that there is a person who doesn't cover their hair, family member, you shouldn't go to their house.
No, if you have a family which doesn't cover the hair, You cannot say I don't go on they go
No,
with
you
the
don't have to
house.
say that, but is it
Huh?
better to stay away from them?
Better to stay away from them. It depends in what case and what situation. If they are influencing too much, or you see, this husband and wife have to understand by themselves. Any influence which is going to create a problem in your family, any influence going to bring a fight at your house, any influence going to bring an argument in your house, any influence going to bring a misunderstanding between your wife, you have to how much be careful from that evil influence. But if they're not giving any evil influence, but they themselves doesn't keep 100%, nothing wrong with that. Because maybe in opposite, maybe in this way, they're going to learn from you, and little by little, you're going to bring them in the right direction. You see, this thing's very dangerous thing. Should tell you, it's very dangerous thing. Why? I say right now something. You ask me a question, I give an answer. Right now they are recording. Now they are recording. Somebody gonna misunderstand me. It's gonna be a problem because they say, oh, this rabbi said like this, it's gonna fight and misunderstanding. Better, this kind of things, it should be asked by private rabbi what you do believe, and give all the details, what exactly is going on. Through that, hope the rabbi gonna give you the right direction. Because these things are a dangerous thing. Why I say that? Because when the family member is gonna hear that, they're gonna think, oh, he speak against me, he speak against that, he speak against this, and it's gonna be then argument. So true, we have to be careful all situation. My surrounding was a lot of not keeping, no cover, no maver, no nothing. You don't believe? I was one. And all of them I make religious. I cannot say I made them totally 100%, but Shabbat, mikveh, tarat mishpacha, kashrut, everything keep. Some people took a cover hair. Nobody had the power to win. It was a big fight, because I myself was. It was big arguments surrounding all families, this side, that side. All of them became religious. You have to be strong. The difference, the situation is different. Not everybody, my situation, everybody, yours, no, easy. To know what you have to know what the
circumstances.
Yeah, understand? What else? So today we talk about the many things: Shalom Bait, technology, question answers, rabbis, halachot, this and that. One thing I will tell you is the important thing to know, that learning of Torah, studying of Torah, it's a very important thing. If each one of you sitting over here, you're not going to give time, to sit at the house, open the book, and start to learn, your children are not going to follow you. Your children are not going to be whatever you're wishing for. I'm telling you straightforward. You should know that. It's not something true. There is a unique cases. There is a unique, true. There is a unique cases. The children suddenly want to be in Shiva and learn and study, be a rabbi or whatever, even the parent doesn't keep. Okay, I cannot say because of the unique situation, my situation will be that situation. You cannot take a chance. Could you take a chance if you have a cup of water, only 1% poison? I didn't say 0.5%. I did 50%. 1% poison. You're gonna drink the water? No. Even a quarter of the one, you're gonna make sure spill the water. Even throw the cup too. Take a new cup, drink the water. Same thing this. You're not getting a chance. Forget about unique cases. You know your thing. If you're a father, you're not gonna open the book. You're not gonna learn. Your children cannot be in religious the way you're looking for. I'm telling you straightforward, you should know that. I'm telling you. You should know this 100%. You want a Shalom Bait, the best one? I didn't say, people sometimes saying, okay, I'm religious, yeah. Right away jumping what? Gemara. It's not bad. Very good. Gemara, learn. If I was able to explain to you. There is thousands of books which already translated the language you wanted. Just open and study.
Even this Gemara also.
Just open and study. Learn. Why I didn't give you permission right away Gemara? Because in the Gemara you have to break your head. You have to know what he said, what that Tana said. You, with this kind of case, your case over here, most of you need rebuke. Gaon Vilna and his Talit in Tfilin, in back of his Talit Tfilin, always he had a Mesilat Yesharim book. Do you know that? Mesilat Yesharim book, and he's under the Tfilin and Talit. Gaon Vilna. Do you understand what I'm telling you? Ruven? Gaon Vilna. You know who's Gaon Vilna? If you're gonna come in this Gilgul 50, 60, maybe 500 times, you're never gonna be like him. I'm telling you seriously. He had the book Mesilat Yesharim under the Talit in Tfilin. Wait, Mr. Sharim. Today you're gonna ask any Lita or any, they say, simple book. Simple book. Well, really, it's this. What are you talking about? Be human being. Why are you doing this world? Why are you supposed to be in this? You go say, okay, I know that. Okay, you know that. So how come Rabbi Gaon Vilna, does Gaon Vilna did you? Does Gaon Vilna did you? How come he was reading again?
Maybe to fight with his gawa.
What?
His gawa.
Maybe to bring his gawa. It's you don't have gawa?
Everybody has.
So we cannot say. I will tell you why I was reading this. If you're gonna open the book and you're gonna read, even you know already that book and you read that book already, he gonna remember you exactly again who you are and what you are. We need always reminder to us to wake us up from our dream. We need that. Guys, do you hear I'm telling to you? We need that. We need to remind ourselves don't stop. By doing that, when you remind ourselves, you're going to have more Yashamayim. Reading that, Mesilat Yesharim, not only Mesilat Yesharim, it could be the Tanya, succot Nefesh, I don't know, many books are there.
Start with which book you start?
Any rebuke book, you could start it. When you're gonna start to read this, it's exactly the way you take a shower. If you're not gonna take a shower 1 week, how do you feel? Very bad.
Only 2 days.
But 2 days you say.
Yeah.
But so same thing. When you're reading this kind of book, you're reminding yourself how to be more stronger in Avodat Hashem, how to be stronger in Yirat Hashem, how to be stronger to be more pure yourself in the mitzvah Masim Tovim. Do you know what I'm saying to you? Gemara, it's very good thing. I didn't say you have to stop that if you start this. But the rebuke, don't stop it. If Rabbi Gaon Vilna, didn't stop, to us more than everyone. To us more than everyone. We cannot stop that. If we're going to look at ourselves, if we're going to look at how is our Shalom Bait, terrible. How's our relationship with our wives and husbands, terrible. How our mouth, how we speak, do we speak normal way? Terrible. How our all attitudes, what are you doing? Normal? Terrible. We doesn't see that. We doesn't look at that. We doesn't realize that. How's our restriction? How our restriction our lifetime? Terrible. Why all this technology? Why? You know what? More comfort. The technology? What is it for? Sometimes it's all exaggerating.
Addiction.
For addiction. More comfort. More easier. Everything fast. No patience.
Desire. What this one did, what this
So,
one.
guys, any other questions you want to ask for Shalom Bait? Really, some lay people came here. Everything okay? Any questions?
My Rab is the more you follow, the better for you. That's it. The
That's
more you
true.
go away, the worse for you.
That's right.
That's one Russian writer. He's got a book, Горе от ума. You think you are smart, but that your mind makes you worse in general. That's the bottom line. Горе от ума. That's it, period.
This is, you say in Russian.
Yeah, я имею в виду свой way of thinking. Когда есть уже правильный уже way of thinking from Torah,
So,
makes you like you're smart, but you're not smart at the same time.
by the way, I just wanna maybe add a couple of words. We're in Sukkot right now, in Sukkot, and I mentioned in Shabbat, if you was not there, that I said that in Sukkot, our job to draw chasadim. To draw chasadim, chesed, a lot of chasadim. Every day another chesed we're drawing. Okay,
You talk
so,
about this period of Sukkot,
Huh?
7 days.
yeah.
Yeah.
For example, first day was chesed shebachesed, then was chesed shebegvura. Yesterday was chesed shebetiferet, today is going to be chesed
Oh,
of
yeah.
Nesach, I think. Chesed v'Nesach, and this is going to go till the Yisod Malchut. So everything chasadim. So I think woman and man, everybody have to add more chasadim between husband and wife. Much more. Create and allow. Learn to eat words, not to make big deal. Learn to restrict. Learn to restrict. How much more? Speak with allow. Speak with understanding. Learn to listen.
Yeah.
Learn to listen.
Supposed to be from both sides.
From the man's side, have to be more, because the man doesn't like to talk a lot. Women like to talk a lot.
Believe me, I do that all the time. I'm at work and at home. But sometimes when you don't speak too much,
No, you understand what I'm saying to you. I said learn to listen. Listen.
I know listen.
Not to talk. Not to
Like I
talk.
said, listen.
Listen, not to talk. When your wife wanna talk to you, or she wanna say, I'm upset from you, I wanna put you down right now. Just listen what I'm saying. You have to say, okay, speak. But you cannot tell her, don't try to put me down, otherwise you're gonna fly from the window. You cannot say that.
Who said I said that?
I'm just
said
saying,
that.
oh my God.
All I'm
I didn't
saying
say,
that out of 10
I didn't say you say
All I'm
that.
saying out of
I
10
said you
times.
cannot say
You're
that.
not listening to what I'm saying.
Ah.
In some cases it's different. Depends on the case. Each case is different.
All the case,
That's all I said.
same cases. There is no different cases. You break the window, you lost money, you hurt me by word, you do this, everything same thing. It's just different material on different letter. Same thing. You have to learn to listen and find a solution for that and speak nicely and bring the peace at the house. You understand? I know men gonna say, but I'm also human being, but I also tired, but I also cannot hear the words, but it's also bothering me. We came to this world, men, most of them came to this world to take upon himself everything.
To grasp everything.
Yes, that's the whole thing.
But not from men though. It's only from a wife.
From the men also too, yeah, by the way.
Really?
Yeah.
To the
Why? How come the Chazal said?
To the point.
How the Chazal said, "Haneilamim v'nam olvim, shomim shecharpatam v'nam mashivim." Which means you heard somebody hurt you. You hear somebody hurt you by speaking, by talking, and you know you could give them back. You know you could hurt them, but you didn't do that. You see yourself. You consider a hero.
It's tzaddik, even if
You consider a hero.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna say, okay, only I'm gonna stick with my wife or with a different man, I'm gonna beat him up. It doesn't go that way. חודות וברכה, הצלחות תהיה, should be happy, סוכה, חג שמח to everyone in Sukkot. All you should write down the book of life, בעזרת השם, חיים טובים, כל הישועות ברוך אתה לעולם, אמן ואמן.